Hello everybody and welcome to Wrestle Central Gaming. We're back now for episode number 4 of the New Era of WWE, and we're going to be rolling with the next episode of SmackDown Live. So we're going to kick things off with the Singh brothers standing on stage, and Samir Singh says, "Ladies and gentlemen, your WWE champion, the modern day Maharaja." And they both say together as usual, "Jinder Mahal." So Mahal makes his way down to the ring, along with the Singh brothers in tow. He says, "Shinsuke Nakamura, last week you beat Randy Orton." Last week, never mind that. Last week you beat Randy Orton, and now you get a shot at my WWE Championship. At Hell in a Cell, you will fall, just like you did at SummerSlam. For you, Nakamura, I will introduce you to your own personal hell when we enter that cell, and trust me when I say that I will return to my native India, still your WWE champion. And then Nakamura hears enough, he hits the ring, he takes out the Singh brothers, but that gives Jinder enough time to make his escape with the championship. And that falls in a 46D to kick off the show. The announcing wasn't great. Samir Singh underperformed. Shinsuke came out of it looking excellent, and it advanced the storyline between Mahal and Nakamura, but it did lose some heat, and there were no work improvements. And then in a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowdy, Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable defeated the Ascension in 9 minutes and 48 seconds, when Shelton Benjamin defeated Connor by pinfall with a super kick. The match cooled the crowd down a little. Victor got 32, Connor got 30, Shelton Benjamin with 39 and Chad Gable with 48. The overall rating of the match was a 41D, and that advanced the storyline involving Gable and Benjamin. And in terms of work improvements, Connor is improving in his rumble skills. And then up next with a 69C+, Kevin Owens makes his way to the ring, and he goes on to say, "Last week I demanded my opportunity, and Shane McMahon abused his power again by putting me in a match with Sami Zayn. This week will be different. This week I am taking over the show, and there is no way Shane McMahon is going to get away with sending someone out here to have a match with me." And then Shane O'Mac's music hits as he comes out on stage with a microphone. He says, "Kevin, obviously you didn't get the message last week. You just can't keep trying to hijack SmackDown. So can I get a referee? Because once again, you have a match, and it's next against this gentleman." So Owens did a masterful job of improvising instructions to the crowd. He invented a new catchphrase as well that will likely boost his ability on the microphone. And Shane McMahon clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script and perform well. So all in all, this is looking good. And the KO conspiracy storyline has advanced with this segment here. But there were no work improvements. So who is this gentleman that Shane McMahon is referring to that is going to be coming out and facing Kevin Owens next? Last week it was Sami Zayn. This week it's Chris Jericho. And in a battle that had good wrestling but a decent reaction from the crowd, Kevin Owens did defeat Jericho in 15 minutes and 17 seconds by pinfall with a pop-up powerbomb. Jericho is not suited to his gimmick, apparently. Owens and Jericho have good chemistry, which lifted the match. The match deserved better announcing. Both men pulled in a 72, and the match got a 67C+. For work improvements, Owens is improving in his technical skills. And then up next, Ziggler does some more imitating of entrances. He imitates Becky Lynch, he imitates Shinsuke Nakamura, and it says Xavier Woods, but it's more like the whole New Day in general, but obviously because there's only one person, Ziggler can't do all 3 roles at once, so we just use Woods as an example with the trombone. Ziggler enjoyed having the freedom to go off script, and he advanced his storyline there, the Be a Star in WWE storyline, and he pulled in a 51D+ with that. And as for work improvements, there were not any. And then up next, AJ Styles makes his way to the ring, and he says, "Welcome to SmackDown Live, the house that AJ Styles built." Now, over the last couple of weeks, I've issued the US Open Challenge, and it seems Baron Corbin and Ty Dillinger keep fighting over who should get the shot at my title. And now they've both had a chance and both failed. Now it's time to issue that challenge to somebody else. And as he says that, Daniel Bryan's music hits as he comes onto the stage to a chorus of yes chants. Now, is Daniel Bryan accepting the challenge here? Highly unlikely, but he's said he's issuing the challenge and Daniel Bryan's coming out, so what are the crowd to think? And he goes on to say, AJ, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but since Ty and Baron keep interfering with each other's shot at the United States title, and since both men feel they deserve a legitimate shot at the title, that is what's going to happen tonight. AJ Styles will defend the United States Championship against Baron Corbin and Ty Dillinger in a triple threat match. So the match is official. Later on, it will be AJ Styles, Baron Corbin and Ty Dillinger in a triple threat match for the United States Championship. The segment there got 59C. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Or the segment a boost, sorry. AJ Styles looked good. Daniel Bryan came across well. And the US Open Challenge storyline has advanced, as has the Baron Corbin versus Ty Dillinger segment. And AJ Styles is developing better at performance skills. And then in a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Natalya defeated Naomi in 8 minutes and 41 seconds by submission with a sharpshooter. Natalya makes defense number 1 of a SmackDown Women's Championship. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. The match did cool the crowd a little. Natalya gets a 38, Naomi with a 35, giving the overall match rating a 39D-. And Natalya is improving in her flying skills as well as her performance skills. Now, you don't see Natalya fly often, so that's an interesting one to keep an eye on. And then Rusev makes his way to the ring for a match when Randy Orton runs out and attacks him from behind. Orton and Rusev brawl all around ringside, eventually all the way back to the locker room as officials try to break it up. And Rusev and Lana have good chemistry. The angle got the crowd interested again, and the segment advanced the storyline between Rusev and Orton, picking up a 70C+. There were no work improvements. Then in a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, the Usos defeated the New Day in a street fight in 13 minutes and 57 seconds when Jimmy Uso defeated Kofi Kingston by pinfall with a double Samoan splash. The Usos made defense number 1 of their WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. That got 56C-. Obviously the street fight was brought around as a result of the Usos winning the opportunity to name whatever match they wanted in real life. So last week on SmackDown we had them choose a street fight just as they did in real life. And that is where we've gone with that. And this time, instead of the New Day becoming the Tag Team Champions, we've had the Usos retain the gold. Xavier Woods did some good work at ringside. The Usos have great chemistry when teaming together. Jimmy Uso with a 60, Jey Uso with a 61, Big E got 59, and Kofi Kingston got a 57. As for worker improvements, there's a few here. Kofi Kingston improved in his Rumble and performance skills. Jimmy Uso is improving in Rumble and performance skills also. Jey Uso in Rumble and technical and performance. Jey Uso got that extra one, he got the technical one too. And Big E is improving in Rumble and technical skills. And then in tonight's main event, in about that decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, AJ Styles defeated Baron Corbin and Ty Dillinger in 15 minutes and 15 seconds when Styles defeated Dillinger by pinfall with a Styles Clash. AJ Styles makes defense number 2 of his WWE United States title, and AJ carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. Ty Dillinger was the weak link and struggled to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. The match got 66C+. Baron Corbin got a 53, Ty with a 40, AJ Styles got a 79, and that again advanced the US Open Challenge storyline and the Baron Corbin versus Ty Dillinger storyline. And in terms of worker improvements, AJ Styles is improving in his technical skills, Ty Dillinger is improving in his technical skills, and he's also improving in his performance skills. And that closes out the show there with a 66C+ for the whole show. The only notes there was that the show lost us popularity in 23 regions. So we need to do something to try and get that popularity going back up. But the fact that there's none of this, we've not got enough interesting storylines going on anymore, that's not there anymore, which is good news. And overall, I thought the show was alright. Obviously, we're building up to Hell in a Cell for SmackDown. We're 2 weeks in now. We've got 2 more SmackDowns to go before we get to Hell in a Cell. And the only match we really know about at the moment Heading up towards that pay-per-view is the WWE Championship match between Jinder Mahal and Shinsuke Nakamura, so I'm sure there'll be a lot more in the way of matches being announced for Hell in a Cell as of the next SmackDown. And as for this one, as I say, it was an alright show. 66C plus is very average. It's an improvement on what we got on the last show, so SmackDown's going in the right direction, but it's still not quite competing with Raw. So in terms of battle of brand supremacy there, Raw's still taking it on the ratings, but SmackDown are starting to improve, so who knows? Who knows where this battle for brand supremacy is going to go? But as you know, our next episode on the channel for this series will be No Mercy, so make sure you don't miss out on that. Remember, it is a Raw exclusive pay-per-view. All the matches have already been announced, and hopefully we won't have to wait too much longer to find out what happens there. But for now, if you've enjoyed the episode, make sure you leave it a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you next time.